Alright, hi guys, welcome back to PKFX YouTube trading channel. So this will be our trade update as usual. So I've taken 3 trades now. 2 of the trades have already hit the stop loss and 1 trade is currently ongoing. So this video is pretty much to discuss what has happened and how I've updated the trading journal as well. So we'll have a very quick update over here. This was the 3 trades. Number 1 was GBP CAD. So I've decided to sell GBP CAD. So the GBP CAD trade that I took over here, if I zoom in to the 30 minutes candles, you could see the market at this point of time made a very clear shift of structure, all right, from 30 minutes being a buy to 30 minutes being a sell. Unfortunately, this was a very strong candle downwards. I did not get a good entry. Therefore, I set pretty much a sell limit, okay, with a risk to reward of 1 to 3.5. So it was a pretty good trade to start off with. So this was throughout the midnight and early morning, all right, when the market opened back again. The trade was not activated until like about 4:30 a.m. in the morning for me. So that was the Asia session. So you can see over here, I've updated that this trade entry was during the Asia session and the direction was to sell, okay, because I had a 110 confluence percentage based on my confluence strategy. I've decided to go ahead and set the sell limit over here, and the trade was activated, and I was waiting for the trade to actually make the move down. But unfortunately, as you can see, this particular pullback was actually a very strong pullback, and the momentum actually continued running upwards. It shifted the EMA, 30 minutes EMA from a resistance into a support, as you can see, right? And eventually it rallied pretty much to hit the stop loss as well. Now, right now, the market did reverse back again. As you can see, this was the previous higher high and this was the higher low. And we can see that the market has pretty much made a new lower low and lower high. So I believe the market is shifting. However, this I would consider this as a valid stop loss. There was no reason for me to extend the stop loss even further because I've placed the stop loss in a strategic way above the zone of support and resistance, or this box, or I call it area of interest. All right, so the most important thing is journaling the trade, right? So as you can see, this particular trade, GBP CAD, all right, I entered a sell and I've documented the notes accordingly. For this particular trade, I've reached 1% for this trade. My emotion was calm and I set the sell limit upon strong down candle movement to enter at a good price point, right? So the trade reason, I had strong confluence. So you can see, like in my trading strategy, I had about 110% confluence. So strong confluence with nice dome-shaped HNS pattern. So forming in the 2 hours. So if I go to the 2-hour candlestick, I actually saw this reversal kind of pattern. So this gave me a clear indication that the market is going to reverse. This move up here was completely not seen. So that is the risk that we are willing to take, right? And that is why it's very, very important to actually set a stop loss. Imagine if you just leave this trade without a stop loss, right? You would tend to drag the amount that you're willing to risk. So even though you feel like the trade is giving you the confirmation, it is key to always have a stop loss set in place so that you know the amount that you're risking. So coming back to the notes over here, right? So I had a strong confluence with nice dome-shaped head and shoulder pattern forming on the 2-hour. Also had the weekly, daily, 4 hours, 2 hours, 1 hour, and 30 minutes EMA as support. So that was quite a bit of support over here when I was about to take the trade. If I go to the weekly, when I was about to enter, it was acting as sorry, in this case, supposed to be a resistance, right? Not a support. It's a resistance, right? Daily was also a resistance. As you can see, the orange line over here, resistance. 4 hours was also acting as resistance, right? You can see this candle closed very strongly, so it was acting as a resistance. And then the 2 hours, all right, was also resistance. 1 hour was also resistance. 30 minutes candlestick at this point of time was also acting as a resistance. So all the confluence aligned and therefore I decided to double up the risk over here. And unfortunately, upon entry or this strong pullback, right, it ended up taking the stop loss. So I believe it is what it is. If the trade played out, this would have been a perfect 1 to 3.5. Unfortunately, it has hit the stop loss. Therefore, I've updated accordingly as well, and I've updated the Excel over here. All this EMA as a resistance, not support. Okay, resistance to sell. And I did also mention what can go wrong. The daily candle is a buy, so the market can always break and move upwards strongly, and this is exactly what happened. So do I regret for this stop loss being hit? No, because I've already identified what can actually go wrong. So I accepted the risk, therefore it is fine. But small, or I can say since all the small time frame aligned as sell direction, the decision was to set the sell limit, right? Finally, the market did pull back to hit the sell limit, but that caused a strong shift of structure, and market continued to trend upwards, breaking the area of interest. So that's exactly what happened, and I've updated as a loss. Now, the next trade that I took was USD JPY. And for USD JPY over here, this was also unfortunate, right? Upon entering over here with reasonable confluences for my strategy, which was about a 95% score over here, right? Almost 95% score. I decided to enter this trade, and this trade actually reversed directly and kept going downwards. Now, this is a reasonable stop loss. It could have been even deeper down here. However, I would say since you're already wrong about the direction of the move itself, so if the stop loss is being hit and the candles keep going downwards, then I'm fine with this kind of losses, right? What we do not want to see is some sort of a weak out like this particular candle over here, and then the market reverse and hit your TP. That's the most painful kind of losses. But in this case, the losses is acceptable. So I've taken the losses over here, and then I've entered the third trade over here, which is currently ongoing. This is based on the 1 hour candlestick, where I had a clear break of this pattern towards the upside, and then I had a bullish engulfing pattern, engulfing 1, 2, 3 candles over here, right? So this was an indication of a clear shift of structure and a clear bullish engulfing pattern engulfing all these candles. Therefore, this was my entry position, right? Upon entry over here, right now the market is moving upwards, right? I'm expecting to hold this trade for a solid 1 to 3.5, but I'm only risking 0.5% for this particular trade. The previous trade that I was confident because the confluences was high, I risked 1%, and this ended up as a loss. USD JPY, I only risked 0.5%, and this ended up as a loss. And AUDCHF, currently ongoing, I risked 0.5% for this particular trade, and it's currently going on profits, and I'll let this particular trade run and see how it goes moving forward. So basically, yes, that's about it. I've also updated the trade journals accordingly, and I've updated the notes as well. And when the market opens or closes, I will update this particular trade as well. And right now we already have about 9 trades. As you can see, losses can accumulate, but once you get your winning streak, you will gain back as well the momentum. So all this right now, instead of looking at it as a losses, we should look at it as data that we are gathering. For what? To build our actual profitability trade strategy, right? So right now, it is still in the process of building data. We need to figure out the edge in this market, and without completing this puzzle, we won't be able to figure out the edge. So we got to let it play out, and as we go along, we can fix here and there and eventually start getting more and more wins. So that's about it for this particular trade update, guys. And I'll catch up with you guys in the next video. Thank you so much.